a pain in the air, right? Nothing about Charlie special. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I said nothing. Stop playing around. I can't stand tall. I wanted to go to the beach, but it's too windy. I can't do it. Making these noises. Why he evolving backwards, bro? I thought you was growing, but you became younger. What did they perceive? Did they come after Ultimate Alien Force? When did Omniverse come? You know what I'm saying? Temporarily. You get what I'm saying? Like which time like events happen? Like between Benton and Alien Force? Benton and Alien Force? You gotta be. Probably, I would say, yeah, you gotta be probably between them. Bay, Blake, don't play around, I said. Why you like that? I said don't play around, bro. I said don't play around, though. Does he copyright his songs or something? I remember getting a copyright. I don't think he does he? I don't think he does he though? I don't think he does, bro. I don't know, think he does copyright his... Does he? I don't know. I don't think he does, but does he? I don't think he does. Why y'all do? Bro, get out of here. I can tell you nah. I don't want to make a judgment too fast, but... Nah, bro. Now you on something, yeah. Now you on something, bro. Just see if you're really talking, bro. Like, just see what you gotta say. Are you just blabbing or really talking? Why are your videos all 10 minutes, 1 second? Like, come on, bro. We want a shorter video, though. Let's see what you gotta say. Nah, ain't no way, bro. You don't look like no scientist, no neuroscience scientist. Get out of here. You don't look like none of those, though. You don't look like none of those.
You're doing well. I want to talk to you about discipline because discipline is overrated and underrated in ways. Let me explain. Discipline, people think that they can just go all in one day, and that's what I mean by it's over. They underestimate how hard it is to be disciplined because I think I'll just start going all in. I'm going to start tomorrow and I'm going to go on and I'll keep doing that for the rest of my life.
One thing I've heard is that people who got ADHD is like they find discipline way more difficult. Starting something, like maintaining something. I mean, if they're interested about something, they may spend hours doing it, but if it's something that they're not interested in, they find very difficult to initiate. So it's more about the initiation phase. And when you talk about discipline, like what do you mean exactly? Like doing some things at like with a schedule, like at exact times, like at exact specific times. And when you redo these things over time, it becomes consistency. Is that what discipline is? For example, I want to go to the gym. You put on the clothes, you go to the gym, right? So is that what y'all call discipline?
The problem is that people do this and then they flop every single time, but they keep using the same method, which is to go all in all the time. And it's actually easier to just randomly go all in every now and then. It's not disciplined to do that. It's inconsistent. And that's an underestimation of the value of discipline. Because in order to attain something that's extremely valuable, you also have to do an extreme amount of effort in some form of way or like smart thinking, right?
Are you sure about that? Is that a necessity? What about who's the merry billionaires, bro? Did they deserve it? Did they do anything for it? Nah, it's you don't have to. I mean, there are people like who are famous just from social media, from just posting the same, you know what I'm saying, the same type of content, brain rot content. I mean, are they really doing something valuable to the world? I mean, many people would argue no. I'm one of them. So I don't quite agree with your point, but yeah, in a lot of times you have to put in the effort, no matter what you do. So if that's what you mean, but valuable is different from putting on the efforts, from effort, right? From hard work. It's not the same thing.
So the thing is with discipline is that you need to be patient. You need to think about it in a smart way. You need to not underestimate how difficult it is to attain it. Go habit by habit, day by day, hour by hour. Because the thing is here's what discipline does for you. It can make you a master at anything. It can make you rich. It can make you have the physique you want. It can make you the smartest person. It can make you the most talented, famous, whatever. If you have discipline, you will get whatever you're looking for out of life. And that's an physique you want. It can make you the smartest person. It can make you the most talented.
No, you're not gonna be the smartest person because it's based on both genetics, genetic influences, and the environment. Intelligence is both acquired and inherited. There are hard limits as well, right? There are hard biological limits, there are hard cognitive limits per the individual. I mean, what you can reach is constrained, right? So there is the environment, there are controllable factors. There are some controllable factors, yeah, the effort that you make to improve your intelligence, whether be it in a specific area, we're talking about specific areas, right? Whether be it a specific area, say for example, your intelligence in pattern recognition, right? So, I mean, this is a form of intelligence. Maybe we could agree in a broad sense. Maybe your intelligence in reasoning, in terms of reasoning, your reasoning capacity, in arguments. There are many aspects that correlate with intelligence in arguments. I don't know if it's not the same as a argumentative competence, right? But I mean, there are many aspects that are considered to indicate intelligence, such as epistemic humility, such as not giving claims with certainty when there is lack of evidence, acknowledge limitations of the information, correct yourself when you're wrong, right? So when you see that the evidence contradicts your initial beliefs or claims. And there is also careful reasoning, right? So conclusion following from the premises, detecting hidden assumptions, questioning and questioning information, analyzing it. So these are some aspects of intelligence. They can be acquired just like I do actually with the reasoning and all that, right? With philosophically, I'm trying to improve my analytical ability, my critical thinking, right? My reasoning skills. But there is also like genetic influences. So there is also like the parents, their intelligence. I mean, it has influence on your intelligence as well because of genetics, right? So let's continue.
You have discipline, you will get whatever you're looking for out of life.
Whatever. Why don't you become? Okay, let's continue.
And that's an amazing.
I want to become omnipotent. Can I become omnipotent with discipline? Bro, like, why do you give these vague claims, bro? Like, you can become anything that you want. I mean, realistically, anything that is realistic to your potential in that environment. I mean, what's realistic is constrained by your potential, and your potential is not a fixed thing. It's changing based on the circumstances. It's changing based on the effort that you make, the strategies that you're adapting, your mentality, like the psychological stability. All of these things, they influence your potential, what you can achieve. And that's within reasonable limits. I mean, you cannot become like, for example, a rocket scientist if you barely like. I mean, if you don't even know basic math. Like, I'm not talking about basic math, but like moderate, advanced math. You get what I'm saying? Because it relies heavily on calculus, advanced calculus. So I mean, if your level is low, moderate in mathematics, then you might not be within your realistic, like within your realistic goals to aim for something like that within your limits, right? than your abilities, I would say. It's not a realistic goal, right? To aim for to be a scientist, while you barely have any math knowledge, right? So you just have like moderate to basic math knowledge. It requires a lot of physics, a lot of mathematics knowledge, advanced one. So it's also like the goal is, I mean, the realism of the goal is relative to your capacity, to relative to the circumstances, right? That's what I gotta say.
Thing to have, right? If you have something that can get you whatever you want, it's almost like having a genie by your side. That's what discipline is. And the people completely underestimate the value of something like that. So, what I want to speak about in terms of that is take it lightly. Start really stupidly small. If you're scrolling on your phone or even doing some bad substances, just focus on going from negative 100 to negative 90 to 80 to
Man, listen. The problem, like, especially with me, like, is about the isolation. It's about the loneliness. It's amplifying everything. I really, bro, I wish I could give like more time to the real world, but there was nothing out there to be honest. I mean, you're going outside and there's nothing. You're staying here, nothing. I mean, what can I do? What can I do? Like, I'm really sick of doing things by my own. Like, he started over the years. Like, I mean, I've been doing things alone too much that I can't anymore. Like, I find it so boring. Like, I lost the motivation completely. I just cannot do it. Like, I don't find it to be enjoyable. I need some connection. I need to do something alongside others, like at least. But doing everything alone is really daunting for me. It's not really not suitable for someone like me who thrives in novelty, who thrives in engagement, in interactions, in social environments. Like so, when there is energy, interactions, etc.
70, 62, you're at zero. Then start moving to positive 100. Because what's happening is you're dropping all of it and trying to reach positive 100, and you might hit positive 90, but what happens is you flop and you crash and you go back down to negative 100 again because you thought you could just skip it that easily. Everyone in this generation wants everything now. I want it now. I want to be fixed. I want to be different. I want to be the best possible version of myself. I want it now.
No, you cannot be the best possible version of yourself if we go by again theoretic perfection. Because being the best possible version of yourself would imply following a perfect strategy in your life. Whatever your goal is, following a perfect strategy. Eating at the right, if your goal is losing weight, for example, eating at the right time, sleeping at the right time. I mean, studying as well, when to study, when not to study. You gotta know very little details and you gotta have perfect decision. And for that perfect decision to happen, you need perfect awareness. And humans don't have perfect awareness. And even if they do, they cannot apply everything perfectly. So there is there is cognitive limitation. There is biological limitations as well. Biological limitations in terms of applying the thing consistently. I mean, you might fail, but you might also not know what to do. So there is also cognitive limitations. I mean, it's within the biological limitations, but you get the idea. Some are physical, some are cognitive.
And it's not that simple, and it's definitely not that easy, right? So you need to just sit there and go, okay, what's the highest leverage habit I could onboard in my life right now? And what's the highest leverage bad habit that I could offboard, I could get rid of my life right now?
I already know what it is. No need to say
bring that new habit on and take the bad habit
They
off.
keep
and
relapsing,
make that
I
your
told ya.
only focus. Don't think about any other habit. Just do those two, because you need to pick something up in order to put something down. So the moment you've got that, you can then start to rewire your brain.
Is that necessary?
Because of the dopaminergic vacuum in your basal ganglia that happens when you drop a habit, like drop a bad habit.
Is that necessary?
That needs dopamine. So
You have to replace a habit by another. Is that necessary? What about just getting rid of a habit? Tell me though. Are you sure about that? Because you're framing that with certainty. And that raises a lot of questions. So, and you look like a Lux Maxon or a fucking neuroscientist. Just trolling, bro.
Get a good habit to replace that, right? So once you've done that, you'll then be able to move on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Because the thing is, every single positive habit compounds. I guarantee if you watch a lot of my content, you know what's good for you almost to the T. In terms of morning sunlight, journaling, breath work, blah, 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 always going on, nervous system regulation, boom, boom, boom. So you know a lot. But how many of those things are you actually doing every single day? That's the main question I want to bring to you. Because if your answer was, oh yeah, I do actually know like a ridiculous amount about like a godlike routine, apart from the fact that I don't actually do a godlike routine, trust me, I've been there. And the thing that I needed to understand was that I was being too impatient. What you need to understand is that the moment you bring one habit on, you need to do it for about 2 to 3 to even 6 weeks. There was a study on walking after meals, people having that habit and wiring that in. In order for people to be consistent with it, it took some people 2 weeks. It took other people over 600 days or something like that. It takes different people significantly different amounts of time depending on the enjoyment of the habit. So what you've got to do with habits is make them as attractive as and enjoyable as possible, because that will increase.
Yeah, I wish you could game, bro, but I really lost interest. You know, in solo gaming, it's just really boring for me. As I said, a lot of activities. I actually lost interest in that. But if there was actually someone who I can play LAN with or anything like that, bro, or local multiplayer, bro, like that would really probably make me interested again.
Once you increase the habit formation speed, you can put on way more new good habits in a year than you could if you were just trying to go against the grain all the time. So it's about being smart about it. It's about thinking how, literally sitting down, writing all these high leverage habits, what would improve your life the most, and thinking, how can I make that as enjoyable as fun as possible? Wow, I stuttered there. But that's your aim, is to figure out how you can just make going against the grain feel like I'm not, until I just so used to that. And then you'll have the discipline, and then you'll be able to be an expert or a master, whatever you're looking for, or get anything you've ever wanted. Do not underestimate the value of that. And thank you for watching.
You're not gonna get anything you want, bro. Get out of here just from discipline. What are you talking about, bro? There are many people who are disciplined, who are doing the work that it takes, but they're still not reaching their goals. It depends on the goal. It depends, like, how realistic is the goal according to your abilities, according to your environment, right? It depends on your abilities, environment, so the capacities, we got the environment, psychological states, right? So, I mean, yeah, the effort, the strategies, these all count. And how difficult it is to achieve the goal. That's what it depends upon. Like, it depends on a lot of factors. But you can't really say that if you are disciplined, you're gonna reach this. No, there are many disciplined people who didn't reach their goals because they were aiming too high, for example, right? Beyond their limits. So it's important to add some nuance here, bro. Like, anyways. This is it for this live. No view.